Who's mom?
No.
Kids are just now getting up. Quinn's on his way to church. DeVita. Didn't know if I was actually streaming or not. This is only the second time I've done this. Says I am. Did you have a good night at work?
Yes, I did. I had one night shift. Drove on drugs and colors. That's all we had in there. Now,
Sorry to hear that.
I am doing.
We get that part for that extra monitor to help a lot. I'll be able to see what's going on right off one screen. I got chat popped out where I could talk.
That's what you had the TV for.
It is, but I gotta have that adapter to be able to display to it. But after I get that adapter, I'll be able to see if people watch and see if it's streaming okay and all that. Right now, I just got it on the one screen, got the chat popped out where I can talk to people whenever they want to talk.
Start streaming with the boys.
Hopefully soon.
Well, why couldn't you start today?
Because Shane just went to bed. He's in New Zealand. And
Today is just beginning. There's
I'm
14 more hours.
oh well, it's midnight for them in Australia and New Zealand and all that. So I'm just gonna stream solo and practice streaming and stuff while the guys ain't online, and then whenever they are, I'll try streaming with them.
I was trying everything to figure out how to make mine talk to me. I thought she had a toxic brain injury.
Thank you very much for hitting the like. I really appreciate it. The what inch?
I thought she had an oxic brain injury because I asked her, I said, how tall are you? She said, yes. What's your name? Yes. You know where you're at? Yes. Where are you? Yes. Do you know what year it is? Yes. What year is it? Yes.
Well,
So I
that's
was beginning to think she had an oxic brain injury, and then a little bit later on, I said, "What's your name?" She's like, she told me her name, and I said, "Do you know where you're at?" She's like, "Yes." I said, "Where are you?" And she said her name, and I was like, "No, where are you?" And she said her name, and I was like, "What is this place?" She said her name, and I was like, "If you want me," and so Gina come up behind me, and she's like, "You know me?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Gina, that's all she says." She said, "No." And I was like, "Is Gina mean?" She goes, "No." And I was like, "Well, I guess she does say more than one thing." I said, "If you want us to be able to help you, you need to answer my questions." "I can't." I said, "Yes, you can." "I cannot do it." It's like, fine. So I wrote down
this
selected
windrower
speech.
don't wind throw
Selected
too
speech.
far.
She talks. She talks to whoever she wants to, whenever she wants to, and says whatever she wants to say, whatever she wants to say.
You know, I'm gonna try a different windrower. This one here is not cutting it. Don't look like. Been testing some of the vintage stuff that I haven't played with yet. So
Lola Pickles from your mother.
okay, yeah, it's skipping some. I might try a different windrower.
Serena said the mother-in-law loved the dress.
That's good.
Which it did look good on her. She sent me some pictures.
Well, I like the looks of the windrower, but it's not getting it. Find me another one. I don't want to use those. Guess I'm gonna try this one. Do 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 do. MRT Bone 39. I really appreciate that like and coming to chat. That way I know that the stream is working okay. This is just my second time of doing this, so I appreciate it. This map is just absolutely beautiful that the guys did. It's amazing. That stop sign is down. I'm gonna have to get Kaz or Johnny to fix that or Perrin one. This one looks good. Hope it works.
And we got another overdose. They only think I would say special words, like the respiratory tech come in there and check on her.
Well, hopefully they will
She come out
institute something to work with someplace like recovery work or something like that. I think it would help the hospital.
yeah. Oh, come on, Raven. There girl goes.
Really?
And Hope just kept on talking. She's like, yeah, you dumbass. So then she started, and she shut her door, but she just kept on her feet. Kept on her feet. Kept on her feet.
Well,
So we finally put her down.
this ain't gonna work either.
No, we just gives them what they want. But let's our other patients get some rest.
Try scooting over a little bit. That seemed to help. Just not sitting low enough. Yeah, it's a lot better.
Well, if I do fall asleep, make sure not in church.
Alright. What time you want me to wake you up? 5.
4:30 or
Church
5.
starts 6.
4:30 or 5. Yeah.
Some of this stuff just wants to be a little bit difficult. Well, the vintage stuff. Oops. But it's still fun. If I can pay attention to what I'm doing. I did it again. Come on, baby. See what Johnny did with air traffic this time? Look at all those jets.
Wow.
Just because he can. He's good at splitting.
But that's not realistic.
Well, yeah, if you're around a military base, it might be. They got balloons, biplanes, you name it. Put a lot of stuff in this mount. Perrin did a skin for the collaboration hot air balloon. It's over there on the screen. I left a little bit of grass. I'll have to pick that up or it's going to drive me nuts.
And your mom's been hoping me to save some camera care soon.
I don't know what you mean. I'll talk to you about that whenever you wake up. Find out what all's going on. Love you. Good night. Okay, so. Hi, Sean. Oh, that's cool. I got another sub that lives in Kentucky that watches a lot of the videos and stuff that I do. So it's always great to have people from Kentucky here. I want to go with an old loader. Kind of fond of this one if it'll work. We'll see. Sometimes it's kind of hit or miss with some of these vintage mods. I don't remember if that's the edited one or not. I'll try it and see. I live in West Kentucky, over in what they call the purchase area. My wife was just getting off work, so that's who I was talking to. She's getting ready to go to bed. Have to watch that traffic, boy. It moves pretty fast. I should have got a larger capacity wagon. That's a small one. I do know that the wagon will work because I've used it in other gameplays before. If I don't get the larger capacity, I'm going to be unloading a lot more. Alright, let's see if this will work right. Do, 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 do. Bowling Green. Been over that way a few times. Made a lot of trips to Louisville, especially, but been over Bowling Green a few times. I used to do some work with mental health, which is kind of what she's dealing with. That's why she's talking to me about it. Alright, let's see if I can get this puppy working. If I remember how. Alright, lower pickup. If I remember right. Oh, it may not work with this one. I forgot about that. Because this tractor has a front end loader, and I think that confuses it. Let me grab another tractor. Don't have a front end loader. It's been a while since I've done that trailer combination. This one here's got a lot of power. I'll try it. I know it plows good and everything. Sometimes this is hit and miss. I was going to set up the game first before I started streaming, but I did some. Do, 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 do. Hopefully this will work right now. Last time it worked, but I think I had trouble with the front end loader with it because you can't make the arm go down. Alright, lower. There it is. Don't know why, it just does not like front end loader attachments. South Australia, yes, the map is wonderful. It's probably one of the best ones that I've played. I love Johnny's spline work with all the life that he adds to a map. It's probably some of the best ones that I've seen. And then couple that it's with Kaz makes it even better. There we go. There is so much to get this thing working. But whenever you get it working, it is absolutely cool. Check that out. I love it. If I could drive it straight backwards. Nah, this looks alright. I love this loader. But I love vintage stuff though. Got excellent turning radius and everything. If I can just find me a bush hog that's decent. I love the Sycamore, but this map for vintage play, it's a sickle would take me about 3 or 4 hours, which I have done, but I didn't want to do 3 or 4 hours of mowing with a sickle, no hired help for a live stream. Wish you can zoom out a little bit in your chair. It's nice to have you from Australia. Um, I think Perrin and Kaz. I know Kaz just went to bed just about 30 minutes ago. He was been working on some mods. I haven't heard from Perrin today. I know it's got to be really late for y'all. It's gonna fill up. Me leaving that little bit of grass is driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Have to pick that up. Or it will drive me nuts. Oh, doggy. Yeah, I figure it was probably around midnight or so for y'all. And oftentimes, y'all are about a day ahead of us, too. Whenever I'm online, I know, like, it's Sunday now, so since it's 12:10 a.m., it's probably Monday for you now. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and it's still early in the morning here, so it is 9:41 a.m. for us. So on a Sunday, I told Kaz, I said, "You're gonna have to give me the lottery number so I can play." I'll share the winnings if y'all can give me the lottery numbers ahead of time. Well, this trailer has a sweet turning radius. I tell you, I love it. As long as your vintage tractor has plenty of power, it'll make the turns really quick. And this Dutch definitely has a lot of power. Alright, I got one more thing I want to do here before it drives me nuts. I didn't used to be like this. I used to just kind of laugh that off. Now I can't no more. I gotta get that stuff. Can't leave it out there. Driving me nuts. Alright, you hang out right here for right now. First try. Here, check. I need to check to see if they got water. One thing for sure, vintage equipment don't take up no space at all, so I could put a ton of stuff in that. Whoa. So what's everybody doing today? There's the blimp. Cool. That's kind of me right now. Waiting for everybody to get up. With wife sleeping, I've got all the kids for today. So I'm waiting for them to eat breakfast and get up, just kind of relax a little bit, enjoy the music, the sound, and everything. Old iron is really relaxing for me. I don't stress too much about the money and stuff. So just enjoy the map. A lot of hard work went in on it. Da, da, da. I love that combine having a fire extinguisher by the seat because it sure looks like it's going to be needed on that old thing. I love that. It's going to take a while to unload. Unless it's just kind of stuck. I think it was. I didn't see it ticking up. It was kind of stuck with the animation. Yeah, they do have little plastic on them. I actually work as a farmhand now, pretty much. So it's it's definitely a big difference. I've lived long enough to be on the old equipment, but with my wife working as a nurse, she works a lot of on calls. So instead of me having a job, I do this and kind of work as a farmhand. Most time I get to operate a Kubota. It's small and it's open air and it's kind of like the older equipment feel to it. But he does have a big John Deere, and it's pretty nice. It's nice when it's hot outside, get that air conditioning. But in gameplay, I'd rather have the vintage stuff. The first tractor I ever got to drive in real life was an old red belly Ford. It was a lot of fun. Hello, birds. Goodbye, birds. It's starting to look a little curvy down through there. See if I can straighten it out. Yeah, I really miss tobacco work. I feel for you. I can remember when I worked at tobacco, $6 an hour, and well, it started out it was $5 an hour, but I made $3 an hour bush hogging and driving a dump truck for state of Kentucky. That's when I was about 18, and yeah, leave there at 3 o'clock, then go jump in a tobacco field. Oftentimes, spiking tobacco by tractor light and stuff. Tell you, it's it's definitely an experience. But glad I got to do it though. Hoeing with tobacco wasn't too bad. A little hot, but I mean, other than that. But spiking, oh, jeez. But factory work can be kind of hard as well, especially if you're doing the same job over and over. I worked in a printing company for about 10 years. Wasn't too bad because we was constantly changing jobs. I printed a lot of labels for tire companies. Part of the reason why I think I'm wearing glasses now is watching that print go by so fast. But, I mean, pay the bills. I think that's why I enjoy being a farmhand more than anything, though, is just the fact that it's not like it's a lot of work mowing yards and kind of cleaning up for people's flower beds, stuff like that. The guy I worked as a farmhand for, um, he's really nice, but it's not full time. It's just whenever he needs me, and I kind of like that. It works well with my wife's schedule because she's always working on call. Blinkers work. Letting that empty would be a lot easier to pick up and spin it around. Take care, Sean. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Have a good time with your grandmas. Definitely appreciate the chat. bird. Just about done with this. I'm gonna have to grab out the John Deere next time I do it. Ta-da! Okay, I think I will finish getting this up and disc, and then I'll probably end the live stream there for this time. It's definitely been enjoyable getting some views on it and the likes, and especially the chat. It's nice to be able to talk to the people that's in the groups. Thank you and hello. Thanks for coming to the chat. Great to have you. Get on there. There we go. Yeah, this is my second time ever trying live. The first time I did it yesterday with my daughter. She was playing the new Plants vs. Zombies game. We do several games on the channel. The kids has games they like to play. And I generally play simulator style games, but we've been wanting to stream, and I'm only using one monitor, so it was kind of fun to set this up, especially going through Xbox on our first stream. It was a whole lot of going in and out and trying to get it set up. It was pretty comical. But this has been fun. I've really enjoyed it. Used to, I just did recordings, but our goal was to do live streams with the kids. And it's very nice meeting you as well. Where about you from? We've had some in here, or one in here from Kentucky, like me, Australia as well. Of course, a lot of people is from Taylor Made Maps is from Australia. Of course, Kaz is from New Zealand. And of course, I'm from Kentucky. But my name kind of gives that away. Oh, Romania. That's awesome. Whew. I am obsessed with getting every little spot on the field. It's like back up to get that one. Little bitty tiny dot. Well, it is so great. I'm so glad you came to chat. I love how, especially with Farming Simulator and with Kaz and everybody being all scattered around the world, and Johnny's from Missouri and all that, how all of us from around the world can come together. And I do my videos in French, Russian, and German because I started getting a lot of views from there as well. So I wanted to try in some way to be able to communicate with everybody and show my appreciation for being a part of my channel. Yeah, I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold. So sorry for the coughing. I am playing on PC. I used to play on Xbox. I started out FS13 on PC, and my computer wasn't really good enough to do a lot of the other stuff, so other versions. It was more for school, college, which I really enjoyed that. But I went to Xbox for 15 and 17. But with that, you can't get too many mods, so um, I was lucky enough to get me a computer about mid January, and I got the game about mid January this year. So I've been on PC ever since then of this year. I love Xbox and console because it's kind of easier, but especially with Xbox, I'm kind of obsessed with achievements. So, and but with PC, I'm really not. So that's what I enjoyed about it the most. Yeah, that's me. I'm way too obsessed with mods, especially like Old Iron. It's to me, Old Iron just not only is a little bit of reflection of the past, but I'm not running just U.S. Old Iron. I'm running Europe and more. I just really appreciate kind of where we came from, and it's really relaxing. I never even look at the money or any of that kind of stuff like that. So Old Iron just kind of gives me more of a feeling to let me relax. And now with being able to stream, it lets me get to talk to people who enjoys the game or just gaming completely since I do a lot of different games. My oldest daughter, actually talked me into that. She said, if you're going to play, you might as well make videos or stream. So here I am now. So my oldest daughter, she's the one that got me into it. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of simulator games is so great for um, relaxing. Usually, I'm wearing my headset because I love the sound of the old tractors and stuff. It and the birds and all that is just so relaxing. And that's probably my favorite thing about Farm Simulator is it's just things just don't really seem to matter as much then. Kind of relax a little bit, kind of chill. But I do play some other games. Some of them gets me a little bit worked up, but um, I don't mind playing some. We play a little bit of everything. I mean, everything. The specs of my PC is an i7. It is a anywhere a Royal PC. It's a i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM. I made sure I got at least a 1060 GTX video card. I didn't know I was really going to be doing it for streaming and video editing and stuff. If you're going to be doing something like that, it really pays to have 32 gigabytes of RAM, which I didn't do. But I've actually had two copies of this game working at once. So, it's not really a high end PC, but it's not low end either. It's kind of a medium grade gaming PC. I always try to get at least a gaming PC, no matter what brand. Um, that way, they're a little bit better components and stuff in them. But in a few years, it'll be out of date like everything else anyway. But most games runs really well with this setup. I haven't had no problem, and I pull up my frames per second. As you can see with this GeoForce 1060, I'm running at 60 frames per second. I think the lowest I've been is like 40, and it really didn't even affect it too much then. So it's been really good. Me running two copies of the game at once actually was an accident because I was doing BK Nation's challenge on one of her maps, and I was going to do a mod review, and I forgot to close out the game, and so I started it up and loaded up a map to be able to review it, and looked down. I had two copies of the game running. I've done that more than once, so it's kind of been a happy accident, but I've done it a couple times, and it really didn't affect the gameplay. Yeah, you got that extra RAM. I know that the computer and the games really don't demand the 32 gigs. I watched the comparison videos between 16 and 32 before I decided. But like I said, I never really planned on streaming or making YouTube videos. But that's where the 32 gigabytes really comes in handy, especially if you're running a multiple amount of apps and online. And but for me, video editing, I really wished I got the 32. And I wished I got a bigger hard drive for the C drive. My D drive is super big, but my C drive is small, so I have to install everything on the D drive. I was trying to save a couple $100, so I went a little cheap on my C drive, and I shouldn't have. But like I said, it's been great thus far. Nice. If you stream Farming Simulator 19, you're more than welcome to post your links in my comments. I actually like streamers and modders helping each other. This is a gaming channel, so it's about all games. So if you want to invite people over to watch your streams and videos, feel free to put it in comments. I love it. I love working with other people. I think if we all work together and promote each other and stuff, nothing but good can come from it. Which is kind of like the basis of this map. I was the one that brought Kaz and Johnny and them together, and of course, Perrins is in here because of Kaz's contact and stuff. But I wanted modders to come together and work together for the gamers, and I wanted YouTubers to do the same. So it's kind of how the collaboration got started. And I still believe that. So I definitely want to work with people. Mostly single player. I have played multiplayer with Kaz and Johnny and Perrin when we was testing this map. My problem is with playing multiplayer with them is Johnny's in Missouri. We're on the same time frame. Kaz in New Zealand, and of course, Perrin is Australia. So, like, it's Sunday about 10ish a.m. right now. Yeah, 10:30. So I've been streaming for about an hour and a half, and right now it's Monday over there. So it's kind of hard to hook up and play at the same time. And there's speaking of Johnny, there's Johnny there. J Mods. He's the one that did my recording software. He's the one that did this blimp and balloon and that crazy air traffic and stuff that he does so well. I don't know if you noticed, Johnny, but we got a sign down right here. I noticed somebody said something about it in Tater Made Maps, but I didn't know where they was talking about. But I found it playing today. But I do play a lot of different games too. Yeah, I play all kinds of games. Hoping Mud Runner will be out pretty soon. The second one. It's supposed to be another one coming out before too much longer, so hoping to do it as well. Oh well. Yeah, that's kind of me too. I did some Play Simulator. I'm gonna get the Farming Fix 2020 as well. No, that's fine. It just you're doing great. Um, You got great English. Plus, I'm used to usually talking to people that's not their native language, like I said, German and French and Spanish, all with Google Translator a lot. So, as long as we're trying to communicate and trying to work together and everything else, that's all that matters. We'll figure it out. My game has froze. It should free back up. I don't know why, but it's always done it in this menu a little bit. A farming simulator. Don't know why. Could be these buku mods. Nice. You can run two servers. Yeah, I like European Trucking Simulator. I like American Trucking Simulator. I don't have a lot of the stuff for it. I just got the basic stuff for them. I got an international harvester for a truck that I use mainly in American Simulator. All right, I'm free. Let's see. What was I going to get? I done lost my mind. Oh yeah, plow. Plow, 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 plows. There it is. I really don't want to use that this time. There's other ones now. I don't like the errors in it. I don't know about this one. 15 meters. Try it and see. Can't hurt but try it. I don't know if this dude's a pull that big thing. Maybe too much. That's big. That's too big for that tractor. I'm not doing that. I need a smaller old one. I guess I'll use the JD plow. It's worked thus far. I just don't like the errors and don't want it messing up the save game file, but works well with the dudes. Open sesame. Green Acres is the place to be. What you doing today, Johnny? Well, thank you so much. I'm kind of like Kaz. I never really liked my voice, but I appreciate that. But we are our own worst critics, so. But I love meeting people and hanging out, making new friends. Fell out of bed thinking about food. I had my breakfast. It was in a cup. Yes, I appreciate it. Well, good. You keep talking to me, and I'll keep talking to you because you talking to me is helping me. It's making me feel good. And I love to feel good. Oh, this tractor. Come on. You can do it. I may have to go for a tractor upgrade, Johnny. I don't know, a plow this wide. Oh, well, it's almost midnight for you. It is about 10:40 a.m. I was talking to a person earlier. It's from Australia. It was it was 12:30 a.m. in Australia. Of course, it's Monday for them already. So that's when I started at 9. So it's about 1:30 a.m. Almost 2 a.m. in Australia. It's a little bit on the slow side, but 4 mile an hour, but it's cutting a pretty nice little path through there. So, I mean, at least it's not 3 meters. So the 4 mile an hour ain't gonna be that bad. Plus, I don't care. I'm not in a big hurry anyway. Move, birds. Eh. I can't operate a plow. Just glad my nose ain't running. That's cool. I definitely appreciate the offer. Like I said, you're more welcome to. You said you stream and stuff. So any streams or any YouTube videos or anything, if it relates to, especially this map, feel free to post your link in comments. That way, you can get you some more views. Be tickled death. Yeah, y'all's Kaz's surprise on this map really caught me off guard. Sitting here making a MyHub US video for the official release for this and got the dog crap scared out of me. That was pretty awesome. Always up to something. That's cool. It didn't take me long to get 100 videos. I think I'm approaching about 300 now because I was doing train simulator and trucking simulator. Did a few videos of it, and of course I got started on this one, and then a lot of maps and stuff was coming in. That's my favorite thing to do reviews on. So I was jumping on every one of them that I possibly could as fast as I could. Now I'm a little bit. Now that I've got about 300 subs, I've kind of slowed down a little bit. I'm still trying to get out as many videos as I can and as many maps as I can because I want to try to keep coming. But I never pictured having around 300 videos already. Yeah, that could be a an issue. I started out with Windows Movie Maker 10, I think it was. Johnny, who's in chat right now, he hooked me up with a good editor. I praise him on all my videos for that. He really helped me out. Just getting your output to where you can broadcast in about 1080p. I know the streams are in about 700 and something. That's only because of my connection, though. But that'll help a lot. And this right here that I'm doing now, I've got a TV sitting next to me. I got an adapter order, but I'm using OBS Studio. It's free. And the black on the side, if it's actually showing up, I haven't checked it to see if it is in my picture. But I set it up. It's just Microsoft Paint. So I put it over there along with the webcam, ran the game in window mode, and then popped out the chat. So that way I can do it all on one monitor, because I don't have 3 monitors or so to keep up with all of it. Nice. Well, if it's definitely is helping you, then it's worth it. I use this OBS for streaming and recording. I like it. You can do a lot with it, because I'm running a lot of pictures and stuff, especially now with the stream. I just had to kind of trust that it looked all right. Last night I was watching my daughter's stream with the phone so I could see it and make sure it's all right. I haven't turned my phone on today to see if it is. I'm no expert. I watched a lot of videos on it. Um, like some of them shows like a preview, then it shows a load, what you're actually streaming. I just use just a stream screen. Went into settings after I got it set up to where I wanted my videos and stuff to go. Because like I said, I just set mine up for videos first. So I set the file path up. I made sure that it was the output and all that was matching up to my monitor settings. A lot of that I just got off of watching YouTube videos. But like I set up like the number 9 on my keyboard to set up so I can punch it to hit record on my videos and stop, so that I ain't got to go in and out. Although I did in this video, or this stream, because I didn't know if I was streaming or not. And then I set the streaming mode up for number 8, so I can just pop it. But it has a lot of stuff that's kind of complicated for me. But I just keep it simple. I can actually show you part of it. Like right here, it's just set up to record my screen, and I got, this is a image, and I just go to my PC and I made this in Microsoft Paint, and I put this in behind me, and then this is my video capture here. You can size it to where you want. The rest of these is not even activated. This is for my daughter's stream. And then display captures last. So I've got all this stuff where to load up first. So I mean, it's I'm really not running that much stuff. I am running a green screen, which I use in my videos. It took me a little bit to figure that out, but it's just like I'm using one image, which is just black with some wording on it. The webcam, the chat is off of YouTube. You go into settings and do pop out, and then you can size it and put it wherever you want. And then I run the game in window mode so I can get it all like this. And then I just told OBS to start streaming when I got my YouTube key. So it is a complicated free software, but I keep it really simple as much as possible. So I'm definitely not no authority on it. Yeah, um, I know Kaz was about the same way. I didn't mind speaking on the mic. I used to work for a recovery agency, and I had a kind of for addiction. I also worked in a boys and girls treatment center as well. So I had a lot of fear of speaking in front of people, and so I usually don't. You don't see me look at the camera too much. But I got used to speaking, so now it's kind of like no different than talking on a telephone or anything else. It's not that big of a deal to me now. But I remember Kaz was talking about how he didn't like the sound of his voice. But like I said, I didn't like the sound of mine either. We are our own worst critics. Um, if people can see you, kind of like you said, you like the sound of my voice, that it's relaxing. Um, I don't think everybody in my house would agree with that, but I'm glad it works for you. Oh well, yeah. Do you talk whenever you play on the server with your friends through Discord or some kind of chat program? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So it's kind of like about the same thing to me. I mean, we talk with Johnny, who's talking to me now, asks me why I'm phoning this every time. I'm phoning it because I'm talking, and it's just force of habit. So instead of just raising it, I can't. I'm too old to remember the stupid keys. So I hadn't really put much thought into working the thing. I just wanted it to work right. So I really didn't think just raise it. I just popped it. So I just kept popping it because I was talking. So, but yeah, it's kind of the same. I don't use the keyboard, Johnny. There, is that better? I didn't use X that time. I'm using the keyboard. I never claimed to be a pro at this. You know, I used to do chicken and sheep, so yep. I do have a steam engine tractor as well, but I can't ever get nothing hooked to it. I've seen people use them in the fields and stuff. I usually just buy it and leave it sitting around. But I wished I could. I'm going to fold it this time, Johnny. And they was ragging me about my character always as a girl. I always play as a girl. I have for so long, it's not even funny. So, actually, this Dutes is pretty good. I mean, it's got a lot of power. It's not probably a brand that I would have put first put thought into, but I've used it a few times in videos. I think I'm gonna hire this. Get me a sprayer. Might as well get two. Let's see. Let's make it gray for fertilizer. No, we'll say gray for. Green is fertilizer. Yeah, that sounds better. Green for fertilizer. So, fertilizer. Might as well buy a couple. I love this sprayer. It has a sick sound. I love it. Which one's which? Fertilizer, herbicide. Hello. Got a couple more joining in. And thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love them. I love vintage play. Most of the stuff I got off of modhub.us. Definitely is my favorite style gameplay. So calm, so relaxing. Looks like the kids are up. It's in a truck. You want me to go get my hat out of the truck? Right now, this is the only work hat I have with me right now. My straw hat's in the truck. It definitely comes in handy. That's for sure. I need to cut my hair. It's getting a little bit long. And shave. Nice. Yep. Fence got some nice stuff. Whenever I'm messing with animals and stuff like that, I generally prefer using Fent. Speaking of animals, I have never checked to see if the animals has waters. Oh, really? Yeah. The old stuff is nice, but a lot of it is underpowered. You really need a lot of horsepower later on and stuff. And I generally move up. I have an Alice that I use most of the time, but this map It's even in the small areas, it's still got it's still quite large. So I didn't want to like mow for 3 hours. I didn't realize this bush hog cut such a wide path. It looked like it was better for the International Harvester, but when I dropped it down in the field, I'll show you. See, it wasn't realistic enough. So I got off of it, went back to the Sycamore. But you talking about a wide path. This one has definitely been modded. But I hadn't ever tried it, and it looked good on that International Harvester, so I thought I'd give it a try. That's it. And thanks for coming to the chat, Ice Farm. I appreciate it. This hair is working really good and fast. But it always does. This is a really nice cedar. This International will get it done pretty quick. Yeah. I'll get all the way. There. Need to park my toys somewhere. Yeah, I agree. That's why I went back to the Sycamore. I used it, like I said, I got it for the International Harvester because I like the look of it. Kind of seemed to match the same area and all that. But after I made a couple swipes with it and looked to see what it was doing in behind me, I couldn't live with it. So I went back to the Sycamore. But a Sycamore on that lot there would have took me probably about 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, I like it as close to realistic as possible. Right here is the mower that I use for the most part, and it's good in a, and it's also relaxing to use. But dropping off in that field over there, it don't make a astounding cut. So I need to try to find me a more or edit that one or get Johnny or somebody too so that it's more realistic because it's a little bit more than I would like. That's why, like I said, I quit using it. But this one is a nice one. But the thing about it is the path is just, of course, it's not supposed to be wide. I can handle a little bit unrealistic, but I can't handle too much. It's just, now if I'm testing, I don't care. I go as unrealistic as possible. I have done some gameplay testing with old iron, but when people are wanting their maps and stuff, it's not good to sit there and to kind of delay it too much. So run a lot of crazy cutters and stuff like that then. Like got the lifting mod on this, and that's because use it during testing if needed. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of a bit crazy. And I've seen some different stuff like that, but I mean, you got pretty wide windrowers, so there's really no sense to me in having something that picks up that much. Like I said, for testing, it's fine, but for gameplay, like I was telling them earlier, I have this is the first time now I got 428,000. I literally have not even looked at the money since I started playing. I literally just don't care. The old iron is extremely relaxing. It's enjoyable. I just don't stress anything when playing it, so I don't really want to rush it too much on getting done. So I try to avoid a lot of the crazy stuff whenever I'm doing actual gameplay like this. One more pass, buddy. If I'll stay out of your way. Close enough. Yeah. I was because of that more, I didn't have to do much windrowing. I had to do a little bit. That more even windrows as well. And I don't mind that, but it has to be realistic. Kind of like you, like my favorite more in the game when I'm playing, not playing old iron, I was talking about something like this being added to the game forever. Chrome actually makes a more just like this. So with it, you're able to actually get the chrome, the colors, and everything, and it has this easy collector on it. So it will windrow it and do it all. So basically, it's saving you like $300,000 instead of buying something like, where's it at more? Instead of buying something like this. So it'll save you about $300,000, and it is logical and it is legit. I've actually seen them. I beg for that more to come. So I like stuff that's like that, though. Take it easy, Johnny. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Anybody that don't know, J&J Mods is one of the people in the collaboration that made this map, kind of like this coming here in the sky. That's Johnny. That's what he does. That ducks, catfish, fish. I mean, you name it. And in the videos of my mod reviews and stuff, uh, he did a fighter jet, and I was like, could you make that thing like dive down and kind of do like a flyby? And he did, and then he come back and he added a whole squadron, and then I made it my startup for all my YouTube videos. I just fell in love with it. Plus, he donated my, like I say, he donated my software for my editing and stuff. But Johnny's pretty wicked at that kind of stuff. He also splined these trees. In a G, these things are a pain to put down. You have to put them in one at a time and level it, make sure they're not floating and all that. These trees are all put in on a spline, so he can literally. Kaz actually did that. Him and Kaz does that, and you can lay tons of trees in just a matter of minutes, and it will level them, scatter them if you want to, or whatever. I forgot to put the more up. I see. Get in there. This more's got a quick. I'm gonna get out of shape on you. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the water right quick. Fool. I need to start that. Good on water. Watch out for this crazy traffic. There comes one there. Got a little bit of wool. Need to get some more sheep here pretty soon. I love sheep and chickens. Need to cut a tree, looks like, too. Eh. Eh. Make it easier to get out. I'm just going to put you here. Good enough for now. Let's see. Wow. That's got me at about 2.5 hours on my stream. I think I'm going to save and end it here. I really appreciate everybody that came out to watch the stream. Thanks so much for the comments and the likes. I really appreciate it. And it's good to meet everybody. And hope to do it again pretty soon. So we'll see. And thanks once again. And take care and have fun, everybody.